Paul, thanks very much for dropping by my channel. You can like and subscribe, and we'll be taking another look at another radio in just a moment. And you can also go onto my eBay shop via my website, where there's also slideshows of radios I've sold past and present. Today I'm going to show you a radio I bought on the high street. Now the price will surprise you, I think, and I just couldn't resist this. I went into Robert Dyas, I don't know, for something in a packet, and a packet of screws, I can't remember what, or something, and I saw this radio and I thought this is an unbelievable price, because it's a Bluetooth portable by Intempo. I mean, that's just a label. I'm sure that you can buy it under different guises, but this one's labelled Intempo. It's a Bluetooth rechargeable FM only radio with quite a nice looking, at least in the pictures, leather strap. I haven't seen it in the flesh yet, and I'm going to unbox it. And the price, £14.93. Unbelievable, from Robert Dyas. It looks like a customer return because the box doesn't appear to be sealed. But that doesn't matter, because people bring them back for all sorts of reasons, and I can always take it back if it doesn't work. So we'll see if it's up to scratch, and I shall unbox it. Ah, it is sealed, so that's quite a good sign. Just try to cut that as neatly as possible, and we'll run it along the other side. And in the box, they always say that on eBay or Amazon, don't they? What's in the box? Well, apart from some adequate polystyrene protection that were put over there, a plastic bag. It's much smaller than it looks in the pictures. Of course, you're always thinking about these classic Bush ones, which are about twice the size. In fact, I can just do a comparison here. There we are. But obviously it gets its design cues, / paid or not, and a plastic bag, resealable, so I shall try to preserve all the little bits and pieces in here in case we do need to return it, but it does look completely brand new. The basic quick start instructions guide, which I don't think we're going to need. Quite a useful diagram, description of parts, and numbering system of functions. Put that over there, and we've got a USB to mini HDMI to recharge it. And guess what, there's no charger in the box, so you've got to plug it into your computer, and that's just to charge it, of course, not to use it. Or you can plug it into one of those 5-volt chargers that has a USB socket, and mini jack to mini jack. So this thing was completely wasted. So we shall just see if it's got enough charge in it to give it a whirl. Otherwise I shall go and charge it up on my PC, and I shall report back to you. Got an on and off switch on the back. Ah, it is charged. And it appears to be set on FM already. We'll just, presumably you can move this aerial up. I don't want to break anything, it's quite stiff. There we are. Also on the back, of course, you've got your mini HDMI connector and your aux socket for the aforementioned leads. and a mode socket on the back. So perhaps not as user-friendly as it might be with everything on the back, because the trend nowadays is to even have your headphone sockets and even aux sockets on the front, so you can easily plug it into things. But I suppose it's neater. Also the mode buttons on the back, so we'll switch it over to Bluetooth in a moment, and it's labelled quite helpfully subwoofer. Now I think that's a bit of a laugh, because I don't see that anything this size can sound at all bassy. But anyway, it's flashing at me aux and FM, so presumably it wants me to press the mode button. Well, that's made the Bluetooth flash, so what I'll do is I'll start with Bluetooth, and we'll just enable the Bluetooth on my smartphone. Found it and it's coming up, and we need to enable devices, scan for them. It's probably at the bottom. There it is. It's EE3332, so let's click on that, and it's paired. Quite straightforward, and the Bluetooth is still flashing, but that's going to be quite annoying if that happens all the time. But bearing in mind this is a very cheap radio, so we'll go into music player and we'll play a song. Not much of a song because of copyright restrictions on music that is played by third parties, but we'll start with a bit of Bad Company and Can't Get Enough of Your Love. Sound is surprisingly good. First impression is quite reasonable. It's only mono, of course, but I do wish that Bluetooth indicator would stop flashing.
Well, I'll take whatever I want, and baby, I want you. You give me something I need. Now tell me I got something for you. Come on, come on, come on and do it. Come on and do what you do.
So there we are, and switch it over to FM if we can. We should get a reassuring hit. So there we are. Very short aerial. It's more cut to a DAB length, I would have thought, for a higher frequency. But anyway, we'll see how it performs. Now, this is the test, because we're in a not particularly good FM reception area, but Radio 2 should be quite adequate here, out in my garden building. It seems to start very low. It seems to start where the Japanese sets start at 70 megs, but it's not actually calibrated on the dial, so it looks like it's got a tuner that's capable of tuning much lower than standard European band. But anyway, we'll go up there.
Call me whatever you may call me, but I am who I am. But I can tell you.
But it's actually quite good sound, only on speech, of course, there. Now, don't tell anybody, but I think any music composed more than 100 years ago is not subject to normal copyright legislation. I may be wrong, so let's err on the side of caution and just play 30 seconds of this. Well, it really has got surprisingly good sound. Let's go to our community station, which is pelting in here on 106.3.
Yes. Now then, cranberries, they originated, well, they obviously have been around for quite a while. The name derives from the German cranberry.
Well, you'll learn something new every day. And the handle, I think, it's not as good quality. In fact, it's pretty terrible quality. It's virtually cardboard. It's certainly okay. You're not going to lug this around, and it certainly hasn't got a subwoofer. I mean, there isn't tons of bass coming out of here, but it's really not bad. It sounds good.
And
the only thing I would say,
cranberries to colonists and
still going on about cranberries. The only thing I would say is that the indicator lights flashing are quite irritating, especially if it's going to be by your bedside. But this is not going to be your clock radio, is it? Because it doesn't have a clock, and sounds perfectly good. It's only in mono, but you know, if you can cart this around, and it's obviously working on its own. The good thing is that it's bang up to date because it's got rechargeable batteries. It amazes me that a lot of the Roberts ones still don't have the rechargeable facility, but there we are. We'll just go back to a music station to play us out. Very soothing.